Hey guys, Randall Cornet here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Good news. I've kind of rearranged some of my work schedule for you guys, so I'm going to be at least giving you guys a little bit more intraday videos as well. So you guys can expect me to come out with some more content throughout the day, which is great because we can keep track of kind of what's going on. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. We can jump right into this one. So we did have a nice pop-up. We're looking at this chart on 1 minute right now. So we had a nice pop-up pretty much right when the day started, and it looks like we've had a little bit of selling pressure, obviously, on a kind of downward wedge, and it looks like we broke to the downside of that. But the whole market right now is going through some BS, so I'd assume that we will have a little bit of a stronger end of day. If we want to pull up let's go to the 4-hour chart here. We did get, and if you've been following me, you know this AI that I kind of use to time entries. Basically, when we get sell opportunities, I know that a dip's going to come, and then I'll usually try and time, averaging up at this point, but I'll use that as a good timing point for my entry. But on the 4-hour, we do have a buy trigger that triggered on the It's been up there since the 8th, really. So that's good to see. And like I said, so usually when we see this, we will see some positive movement. So I expect that coming sooner than later. Looking at the 1 day, it does show a sell. And usually what we're looking for is these PSAR dots to kind of stay on the bottom side. So the fact that this flips, it's not really deciding on what it wants to do yet. Again, though, any sort of AI-based stuff based around AMC, I mean, you got to take it with a grain of salt, just because AMC is doesn't work like traditional stocks in that sense. So going back to, let's take a look at the 30-minute. We did have a bleep call trigger pretty much right when the market opened. The AI said, hey, buy out the money, leap call. So there's potential there that obviously the AI is seeing that this is going to pick up at some time sooner than later. So I'm interested to see how that will play out for us. Obviously, if you would have listened here, you would have made some decent cash right here. This is on the 8th. It was triggered on the 7th. You would have made money here. And obviously, it didn't say to sell the put really either. So something to look at. And again, this is me just free flowing with you guys how I would look at this data. But obviously, on the 1 minute, again, it is triggered to sell. We want to see these dots flip, stay on the bottom side of the candle. I don't expect us to bounce below 40. I think what would happen if we touch 40 again, get into 39 area, I think we'll bounce right above that like we did last week. Potentially see a nice, strong bounce. So that being said, we'll move past the charts here. I want to cover the dark pool data for today so far. Oh, so today, right now, it's 9:29 a.m. on the West Coast here, guys. So it's still pretty early in the market. And we already have 67% of the volume is done in the dark pool today. So what's unique about that is typically we haven't really got past 60%. The average has been 60%. So today it looks like they are participating quite a lot in the dark pools, which was anticipated. But again, 67%, it's 7% more than what they've been trading. And 60% is already a crazy amount. So that being said, yeah, looking at the dark pool volume, I do want to show you guys the options chain. We haven't really had any major dark pool prints come through yet. If I have any that do come out, I will make a video about it so you guys can be the first to know about it. In terms of bullish option activity, this is pretty bullish right here. So somebody bet on by September 17th, and granted, I know some of you guys might not want to hear this, but they could be making a little bit of a safer bet as well. But the $110 strike price, okay, they bought 400 contracts of this. It was $320,000 worth of contracts at this $110 strike price. That's December 17th is when that expires. And the yellow means that the person that purchased this contract, just with their purchase alone, they exceeded the entire open interest of that option contract or that expiration date. So that to me is pretty bullish. Somebody's making a big bet, $320,000 on these. Moving past that, if I can find any other significant ones for you guys. $145 call for August 20th. $33,000 was a sweep order, so they went and filled this up to a bunch of different exchanges. And then I'm looking to see 41,000 again. So this is another one, another person betting at $145 strike price on August 20th. This is $41,000 that went into that option contract. So I'll keep you updated, guys, on what the option chain looks like as we kind of move throughout the day. Now, as far as news goes, well, here's what we got. AMC Theater sets another post-reopening weekend attendance record with approximately 3.2 million moviegoers globally from Thursday through Sunday. For the third time since Memorial Day weekend and second time in 2 weeks, AMC sets another record for post-reopening weekend attendance in the United States and globally, making this the busiest weekend since AMC theaters closed in March of 2020 due to the pandemic. AMC's U.S. theaters had more than 2.5 million goers at its theaters Thursday through Sunday, and their international theaters in Europe and the Middle East had another 650,000 guests, bringing the total visitation for AMC this past weekend, Thursday through Sunday, to approximately 3.2 million people. 8 of the 10 busiest theaters in the United States this weekend were AMC locations. Obviously, a lot of that probably has to do with Black Widow, but we did see a lot of these pictures, you know, in terms of AMC hosting these UFC fights, and all the pictures that I seen of Apes taking pictures while they were there watching the UFC fight, absolutely, it's beautiful. In fact, let me see if I can pull that up real quick on another tab here. Let's see. I know I did see it on Reddit, and I think that you guys will really like this because it just shows that people are obviously really, they like these events. And see, that was one of the things that I was seeing. Some of these shilly paper, like, who's gonna want to go see at a, you know, a fight at, you know, an arena, or I mean, at a movie theater? I'm like, well, shit, why wouldn't you? It's better sound, especially if you rent it out. And this, I think, is future down the line, right? But if you're allowed to go and watch an event like that, and let's say you can rent it out for you and your buddies, would be super awesome. Also, I did see somebody make an article on Twitter that mentioned like, hey, AMC should maybe buy a few drive-ins, because how awesome would that be if you could go on a Sunday, tailgate at the drive-in, maybe football or whatever sports you like, barbecue, bullshit with your friends, watch the game. I think that would be absolutely awesome. So that being said, I'm trying to find this picture for you guys. Let's see if I can sort this by top for the last, maybe this week. But it was just a picture anyways, because it doesn't look like, oh yeah, I did find it actually. Okay, perfect. Boom. So, obviously really great to say. It looks like a packed theater for this McGregor fight. And I assume that more people are going to be going and doing these kind of things. The more events that they have, I think more people will show out. All the drinks, look at those, are all concession sales. I mean, this is looking really strong and bullish for us. So, I'm happy that they are seeing some good success there. I guess to close out the video, one thing I did want to highlight now is basically, this is one of my Twitter posts. I'm following up on this. So when Adam Aron, I guess I'll pull this up, he announced his, because there was a lot of speculation on what his role with Centricus was, and he was on the board, and they're connected with Citadel, and Citadel might be doing some weird arbitrage shit with the stock. Adam pretty much said, hey, look, I have nothing to do with really what they are going on. I'm on the board of directors. It's a longtime friend of mine that runs this. And eventually, when they combine with Arquette Limited, a leader in quantum encryption, if the government and shareholder approves this, he will be leaving the board. So with the Twitter post, that as I was going through all the filing, and this is the actual filing with Arquette, basically teaming up with Centricus, right? So they say, you know, all securities registered with Arquette Quantum, a Cayman Islands exempted LLC, in connection with the business combination described in the registration statement and the proxy statement prospected. Centricus Acquisition Corp., a publicly traded Cayman company, will merge with and into Pubco. Pubco is Arquette Quantum. So this was filed on the 9th with the SEC. So barring this gets approved by the SEC and the shareholders approve it, this will be that merge will actually be complete. And it showed it to me, it looks like Adam was right on the money, saying, hey, they're going to be doing this. It was filed. And so I assume that he will be leaving the board of directors on this as well, permanently erasing the fun or the ideology that he is working with these guys and working with Citadel, et cetera, proved to be a big bunch of nonsense. And the reason why I bring this up is just because he saying it is one thing, and obviously we know as a CEO of a company he's legally binded, but the filing came rather shortly after this, so that is already in play. So with that being said, any new information that comes out for the rest of the day, I will be making some videos for you guys, and I hope that we can stay in contact a little bit more on a frequent, daily basis. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I love you long time. Peace.